Hello, it's the Cursing Seamstress. I'm on my way to work, but I started on a new project and I wanted to let you know how it's coming along. I just the other day bought and downloaded 2 patterns from StyleArc, and made their patterns in the past and have been pretty happy, except for one that was a knit top that was a cow neck, and there was no way I could make the cow neck work. I don't know what was wrong. Okay, so this is the Iris dress. This is what it looks like. It's kind of simple. It's got a front and a back, both cut on the fold, and then it has optional pockets that go on the front at the side, but the entry is not through the side seam. It's a separate little entry built into the pocket itself. I was intimidated by that, but I just didn't want a plain dress. I felt like I needed something to break it up. So I did do the pockets, and they're fine. They're not really hard to do. Actually, though, the instructions, which are usually minimal for StyleArc, I'll just show you what they are here. There's a little bit more to them, but that's it. I think there's one more. Here's the other page. This shows you how to do the neckline bias tape and I think the arm's eye and the hem. I haven't gotten to the hem yet. So what I found with this is that very straightforward. Of course, when you buy a PDF at StyleArc and you buy the one size, you pick your size, you get a size below and a size above. So I think I fell into this size 16, and that's what I cut, but I got the 14, 16, 18. So what I found right off was that the instructions for the pocket was not that great. And so the pocket, I'll show you, I have the pockets on here. That's the pocket here, and the entry is here, but the side seam will be sewn up, and then this is already pre-done as the opening to the pocket. So it's really a different shape to the pocket, but I like it. I bought this fabric a long time ago, and I'm sure my intent was to make something for a child out of it, but I didn't do that, and I had a bunch of it. Alright, so let me just tell you about the pocket. The pocket, in case you decide to make this, the instructions are so poor, and there's also some grammatical errors in here, or not grammar, but just like there's the wrong word in the wrong spot. So pockets, this is a double fabric patch pocket with a side opening. The pockets are optional. With right sides together, sew the 2 pocket opening seams together. Clip each end of the pocket opening. Refer to pocket diagram. In case you decide to make this, I'll just show you the diagram here. You do not sew that seam all the way down from top to bottom. You only sew the part that's in between. Let me get the pattern piece and show it to you. This would be the piece that goes toward the side seam. So you only stitch from here to here, and then you clip it, and then you're going to fold back this piece and stitch it down fold it over toward the dress, so it'll be done oppositely because you're doing this, you know, each pocket will be the reverse of the other once you put it on. So you'll sew down, once you folded this over on the right side, you will sew that down on the side that's closest to the dress. So, and my mistake when I did the second pocket was I sewed it on the side that faced outward, and so I ended up just taking it out. I had already flipped it over to the right sides, and I wasn't gonna mess with it, so you can't tell that I did not stitch that one down. But that was very confusing. So if you make it, you're not stitching this entire seam down, you're only stitching from one point to the other, you're clipping it, and then this piece gets folded back out of the way, and then this becomes a little cutout where your hand can go in. So other than that, that worked fine. And then you place this on the side seam, and then you stitch around the 3 sides here, and then you just put a long stitch from here to here and from here to here. I hope that helps you. My big error in these pockets was that I placed one pocket lower than the other one, and I obviously didn't pay attention. I'll just show you. I haven't sewn the sides together yet, but I hope you can see this. So the pockets are, this pocket is here. This pocket doesn't start till here. This is the correct pocket. This one's too low. So I have to take this off, and again, it was sewn all the way around as a patch pocket, and move it up to where the other one was. And I knew there was something wrong. I'm gonna put this over my head. So I knew there was something wrong, and I tried it on, even though the sides are not sewn together. I put it on, and then I went to put my hand in the pocket. It must have been this side because it's way low. This side's okay. Actually, I don't know. This is probably, I think I put the pockets on totally wrong. This is probably okay. I probably won't do anything with this one. This one is probably a good couple of inches. Yeah, like 3 inches below where it needs to go. Okay, I'll try. So that's where I went wrong with that. So I've got to fix that. The other thing that was wrong, I think solely on the pattern. This is kind of weird, really. All right, so they give you, this is the neckband, and it says very clearly to cut 1. And then the instructions say to sew the right sides together just like you do. This is for a woven, but still they want you to make the neckband ahead of time like you would do with a knit. So to fold it, sew it on the short end and then fold it over again. And I think, although I don't think it tells you, I think you're supposed to sew it onto the wrong side and then flip it over so that it shows on the right side. I am not sure about that, but that's what it looks like. When I read the instructions, it was hard for me to tell what they wanted me to do. So this piece is way short, and so I thought, well, maybe they meant to cut 2 and sew them together. Well, that makes it way, way too long, so that's not right either. And there's no piece for the back. So this is the piece that's meant to go entirely around the neck, but it doesn't. So, and I'll just show you with the pictures, the pattern pieces again. It shows you that these are the 2 cut on the bias pieces that are, the longer one is the neck, and then you cut 2 of these for the arm facings. And I haven't even checked those. Hopefully those will be okay. So I just said forget it, and I just used bought bias binding here and sewed it on, and that did fine. I may end up doing the same thing for the the arm facing. First I have to sew the sides together, and then to do that I've got to fix that errant pocket. But, you know, other than that, and I've written the corrections on here, but it is frustrating when the pattern pieces don't line up. The other thing I was going to show you is they weirdly give you these stabilizer pieces. Here's one here. This is the back. It's called the back stabilizer. You do not cut this out of fabric. You cut this out of stabilizer, and you fuse it to the wrong side of the back of the neck. So I did do that to stabilize. You get one for the front, you get one for the back, and for the arm's eye also. Like I said, I haven't done that yet I haven't started on the arm's eye. So I did do that around the neck. And again, it's two pieces. You don't join them together. You just cut out the back piece and fuse it on there before you sew them together at the shoulders. And then do the same thing for the front. And that's fine. And the bias binding that I used, it was double fold, and I did the same thing I did for the last garment that I made and showed you, is that I just opened it totally out, folded it in half longwise, and used it that way. And that worked well because it did cover up the stabilizer that I had ironed on. Not that it would matter because it's on the wrong side. I have a feeling this is going to be too big, but and that would be a problem because of the pockets. There's not going to be any room for taking in the size because of that little cutout piece for the pocket, for your hand to go in the pocket. If you take it in, it's going to seal that shut. So that won't be an option. So anyway, we'll see. And if it's cute. It's a kind of a cocoon shape. I'll show it to you one more time so you can see it again, if I can find that piece of paper. So it's got a nice shape to it. And the hem is different. I'm not quite sure what happens with the hem, but it's a really wide hem. It's marked at the bottom, and you do something weird with it to get a little vent there. But again, that's the shape. There are no darts or anything. And to me, it looked nice, and it looked easy and all that good stuff. And, you know, even in the winter here, for the most part, you can wear sleeveless garments if you put a jacket on top of it. And this is out of I don't know that I would call this a quilting cotton. I guess it kind of feels like one, but it's pretty soft. And it was, I want to say Nicole Miller. Does that sound right? But it's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful fabric. I love the blue-gray and the animals on there. Just thought it was really cute. Don't know where I bought it at all. Could have been Joann Fabrics, which I don't go to very often. Could have been Hobby Lobby. I don't know. So that's pretty much all I have to say. I don't have too much going on. I've got school today. Tomorrow is a fall break for the students, so that means it's a fall break for me. So I'm off on Thursday. I don't teach on Friday anyway. So my plan is to pick up my 12-year-old grandboy from school tomorrow, and that's going to be fun because I usually don't get to pick him up. So that's it. If you have any insight for this pattern, let me know. I thought about trying to contact StyleArc. I've never had to contact them before. They're in either New Zealand or Australia, I don't know, to ask them why that neckband is so short. Anyway, it's not the end of the world. You know, it's something that's fixable. But all right, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a very nice weekend. Bye-bye.